Loki Season 2 is coming soon to Disney Plus, and for Marvel, it can't come soon enough. Most of the recent Marvel TV shows and movies have been less than stellar, but the hope is Loki can right the ship, especially since the first season was beloved by critics and fans alike. Below, we'll get into what we know about Loki Season 2 so far, including what we've seen from the trailers, when Episode 1 will premiere, and who is currently in the show's cast. We'll also explore the plot speculation for the upcoming season of Loki. So far, we've gotten 3 trailers for Loki Season 2, but the first trailer is easily the most in-depth in terms of what to expect. In it, we see the Loki variant from Loki Season 1 that is, inexplicably, time-slipping within the Time Variance Authority. Being pulled back and forth through timelines has given Loki a glimpse into what a timeline dominated by Kang the Conqueror could look like, and it's not good. And in this particular season, it looks like the main Kang variant Loki and Mobius will have to contend with is Victor Timely. If this isn't the first time you've ever seen Timely, that's because he, Loki, and Mobius all appear in an end credits scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, a Marvel movie that also featured a Kang variant as its villain. Aside from Kang, we do get one other new face in this trailer. Ouroboros aka OB is a TVA agent played by Ki Hai Kwan, who works in the Repairs and Advancement Department. He appears to be an expert in the technology side of maintaining timelines, and might be Loki's only hope to stop slipping through time. We also see some familiar faces returning in the trailer, including Sylvie, a female variant of Loki, who the other main variant of Loki falls in love with by the end of Season 1. In this trailer, she seems to be stuck in the past working at a McDonald's. We also see what appears to be a version of Hunter B-15, though it's unclear if she still works for the TVA in Season 2. Remember, Sylvie broke the timeline at the end of Loki Season 1, so we've branched off into a new reality in the multiverse for Season 2. It also looks like we will be getting some version of Ravonna Renslayer and Miss Minutes returning from Season 1. But again, expect some changes in their characters. Oh, and there's one more new face we are introduced to in this official trailer. Brad Wolfe is billed as an actor starring in the fictional film Zaniac, and appears to draw the wrath of at least one Loki in the trailer. It will be interesting to see how his character plays out over the course of the season, as we know very little else from this trailer. Marvel's the second trailer for Loki Season 2 is briefer than the official trailer and a lot more Loki-centric. While the official trailer took the opportunity to lay out the stakes of Season 2 as a whole, this one focuses mostly on the fact that Loki is getting pulled throughout the timeline at a breakneck pace. We do get a few additional details, though. First, we see that Loki and Sylvie are teaming up at some point this season. This was heavily implied in the official trailer, but no guarantee given Sylvie killing He, who remains potentially caused a permanent rift in her and Loki's relationship. But for a split second, you do see them team up at the end of the first trailer. In this trailer, though, there's no ambiguity. While Loki and Sylvie may still have some things to work out in their complicated relationship, they're definitely teaming up for at least one battle. In fact, it looks like at one point we will get Loki, Sylvie, Mobius, Hunter B-15, and Casey, who was a TVA receptionist in Loki Season 1, all teaming up together. Notably absent from that group, Ravonna Renslayer. That means we could see her team up with Kang variant Victor Timely as the other main villain for Loki Season 2. Finally, Marvel and Disney Plus have given us a peek behind the curtain at Loki Season 2 in a featurette called Amazing Loki. And in it, the cast and crew of Loki promise us a lot. Granted, not all of it is as consequential as confirmation that Tom Hiddleston will be wearing the suit, but there's a lot in here that should be important going into the first episode on October 5. First, maybe don't expect this season of Loki to tie into the rest of the MCU a lot. Executive producer Kevin R. Wright views this season as introducing a new corner and cast of characters to the MCU, so don't expect an Ant-Man crossover in Season 2. Second, for Season 2's storyline, we can expect big stakes and dealing with the consequences of the first season. It also appears to be a hero's journey for Loki based on what Hiddleston says in this featurette, and may even tie him to the TVA crew for more MCU shows or movies down the line. Initially, Loki's release date was set for Friday, October 6, 2023. However, it seems after some positive response to Ahsoka's release schedule on Disney+, Disney is changing things up a bit. Per a Twitter announcement on September 18, 2023, that Disney and Marvel shared across multiple accounts, Loki Season 2 will now premiere on October 5, 2023. The first episode will be available to stream on Disney+. Technically, Disney has not confirmed the shift from Fridays to Thursday nights for the remaining 5 episodes. However, we fully expect them to premiere at the same time as Episode 1, every subsequent Thursday. The good news is that with 3 trailers to go off of, we have a really good idea of who the major players in Loki Season 2 are. And while it's a lot of familiar faces, there are a few new ones, most notably Ki Hai Kwan's Obi. Plus, given Loki is all about time travel, don't be surprised if the same actors are playing the same characters but with changed personas. We already know that Jonathan Majors will be Victor Timely, rather than reprising as He Who Remains, so even though both are Kang variants, expect some differences. For those who missed Loki Season 1 or just need a refresher, here's a quick breakdown. Hiddleston's Loki dies in Avengers: Infinity War. However, in the course of Avengers Endgame, a variant of Loki is let loose, and in Loki Season 1 we see him escape briefly before being captured by the TVA. Once captured, he teams up with Mobius to uncover which Loki variant is wreaking havoc across the timeline. This turns out to be a variant named Sylvie, who Loki eventually falls for. In the end, Loki, Mobius, and Sylvie uncover a conspiracy. The TVA is set up by He Who Remains to keep the timeline in check and prevent the rise of Kang the Conqueror. Sylvie ultimately kills He Who Remains, breaking the timeline and unleashing Kang upon the world. Loki then returns to the TVA where he finds everything has possibly reset, but in reality has gone horribly wrong. So Season 2 starts off with Loki in this new TVA with no knowledge of the new timeline that has been established. In this new timeline, Mobius is unaware of his past with Loki, and it's unclear just how much else has changed. All we know is that there is a new threat, a Kang variant named Victor Timely who exists around the turn of the 19th century. It now looks like Loki, Sylvie, Mobius, Hunter B-15, and Casey will eventually team up to stop Timely from controlling the timeline. In the course of this objective, they may also come up against foes in the form of actor Brad Wolfe and TVA judge Ravonna Renslayer. But secondarily, they need to fix what's wrong with Hiddleston's Loki variant. This is most apparent in his time-slipping, which causes him to flit back and forth uncontrollably throughout the new timeline. But it also appears he will need to firm up his relationships with his allies to form a new family in his journey from villain to hero. This is similar to how the original Loki eventually finds a family in Thor and the Asgardians, turning good just long enough to sacrifice himself to help save the universe. Finally, we do have one additional secondary plot for Loki Season 2.